Good morning, everyone. I'm kind of glad I checked one more time some communication or discussion I've been having with someone else, another woman. And, oh, yeah. So I love True Mother. I just do. When I met True Parents, the second coming, we call it. Okay, I know there's millions and millions of people all around the world on every continent that is attaching themselves now through the blessing, the change of lineage, yes, yeah, from what the archangel Lucifer took from Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden back to, yes, Heavenly Parent. And I know, right? Heavenly Parent, God, all this and that, and yet we're so, again, I have to mention that again, how different we are from the rest of the creation. Yes, that the creation is all the principles of creation, the trees, the animals, the whatever, anything, even the universe. It is all under the guidance of the principles of creation. It's set. Things are set. They're you almost could say, if anything, if you want to say things are destined to be and always be that way, it's the principles of creation. But we're not. We're part of the principles of creation, but we're also under the principles of love. Because in the way we are, we think, we do. We're at the bottom. When it comes down to it, we're at the bottom of the food chain. We have no hair. We have to clothe ourselves. Otherwise, we'll freeze to death in the winter, for example, in the heat of the day as well. It's like we're not equipped to go and hunt a lion or an elephant with just our body, and then grab onto it. And are you getting my drift? Yes? Okay. We need to know, we have to know what to eat, what's good to eat. We have to. There is many things out in nature that, this looks like this and that. If you don't know, you could kill yourself, right? Mushrooms is one. If anybody saw Into the Wild, that movie was it's such an interesting movie to watch, and a lot of things on what not to do. And one of them was, what eventually killed this adventurer, was not knowing the difference between a wild yam and a poisonous yam. Yes, there were two different ones. He found one. Oh yeah, it had nothing to eat. And that one yam, okay, that looks like the one that you can eat, ended up destroying his intestines, and he could not digest any food anymore. Couldn't get to a doctor. He was way too far out somewhere in Alaska in a school bus and couldn't go, and died of starvation. So we have to know. We have to educate ourselves. We have to, yes, fashion tools so we can hunt and this and that, right? Okay, just saying. And how did I start out with that now? I gotta tell this story. We had a busy day yesterday. Everybody's still sleeping. Absolutely tuckered out. And I lost completely my thread. Okay, I already said what I had to say there then. But we are under the principles of love, mainly. And we choose, we get to do things, this and that. Okay, True Parents. The Garden of Eden, yes. The Archangel Lucifer. And, the change of lineage, yes. It is all much differently connected to God. We are differently connected to God, right? Yes. I saw one where someone says, well, there are representatives like Jesus, for example, or now True Father mainly. It's like True Mother's always left out. And I'm going, no, this is why Jesus ended up dying on the cross. The people didn't have faith in Jesus, and what he was teaching is when it comes to love, especially things that people shouldn't be doing, should have never done. And people who operate under, if we look at what we've read in the Old Testament so far, who's profiting from the people sinning continuously? Just saying. Anyway, yeah, there's a profit. There's a profit to be had to let people know you have to. You got to. And there's a price attached. Yes? Yeah, okay. So to me, okay, the change of lineage, the true parents, they're a package. They're a package to me, and there's no separating them. Now that Father has passed the spirit world, his son was supposed to take over. No, that's not how I understood it. And if it would have been that way, I'd have really, really questioned what I got myself into. And Mother stands her ground and says, no, I'm not done here yet. I still have woman to restore. Nice for you guys. You got two of them. Jesus and Father, right? True Father. That's great. Yeah, okay. And still working on some things there. She knows that. And she says, no, my dear son, though you have been put in place as the inheritor of, hopefully guiding the people, then hopefully you will have a son, yes? Why can it not be a daughter? Does it matter? It's about guidance. And if the person cannot be found, even if you are the one that's supposed to inherit everything, if Mother feels that, well, you're not there yet, you can't, first of all, you got to let me finish up my path. You now need to support me as you supported your father. It's an Asian thing? I don't know. Maybe it is. But kind of makes sense to me. The one thing with all that also to say, wow, am I finding in the true family some of the same problems that we had with the kings teaching their sons? What did true father do, actually? Why would the sons turn their back on their mother like that? And then pull so many of them with them? Do they all have the same problem? And it really comes down to it. When they can't hack it in their own family as sons or daughters? Just asking. Anyway. But, so, I had an interesting experience though this morning with someone, a woman, yes, in a group, and she's been just bashing True Mother, and it's like, ugh, and I can't help it. I have to go in and say something, try to teach at the same time. And she brought up on how the word booger, go look it up. Go look up what the word booger means. We say things we don't even know what we're actually saying. Of course, it's a nose booger, right? Maybe I can find one. And of course, if you don't know and you're ignorant, okay. It's just the word booger. Come on now, a booger. What's a booger? It's your nose. Is there another word for excrement from your nose? I don't know. But it happens to also mean, in the origin of that word, it means a heretic, okay? Then sodomy was added to it. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. We have other words, okay? That, for example, gay, right? Gay, the origin of that word means joy, being happy. Now gay means what? Oh, kind of the same thing as booger, yes? Yeah, so, all right, so as I said, booger was supposed to be a heretic. A heretic of, I don't know, it didn't really specify much if it was religious or whatever. And then sodomy was added to it. So is this a word that we should use? Is that a foul word now? Well, again, it depends on how, gosh, as someone that learned English as a second language, guess what? Gay, the word gay, I knew what it meant. I didn't know it was used for people who of the same, whatever, their sexual preference. I had no idea. There were other things too. For example, while I was teaching martial arts to the children, there was one little boy. Boy, I tell you what, that he was 3 foot something. He was the smallest guy in there, according to go with his age. And he could fly. The way he was jumping and doing all the flips and everything was just fantastic. So out of just, I said, oh gosh, he's just like a jungle monkey. It's amazing. I gave that as a compliment. Would not have been a problem if he would have been Asian or white, but he would happen to be black. And I was like, you can say that. I can't. Why can't I not say that? I mean it as a compliment. That's amazing how can't do it because he's black. I felt so devastated that I could not express my admiration for this little boy. Saying, look, he jumps just like a monkey does from tree to tree, which is amazing to watch. People love watching animals doing incredible things, right? Yes? Well, anyway. But I go, okay, well, I guess I was taught. I don't know. I guess I should be glad that nobody came and slapped me in the face or something. I'm just saying, what are we doing with our language? With anyone's language, with any language out there. Why is it that people suddenly attach certain meanings and this and that to it? As I said, booger in the origin means being a heretic. Okay, that's booger. So we got heretics in our nose or something. I don't know. It's spelled exactly the same. But then something was added to it. Yes, I don't know why. There are proper words for that one knows, okay, that doesn't mean anything different. Right? Oh, it's to guise. If you're talking about something, don't want people to know in the open, then you disguise, right? Yeah, the word with something else. Then suddenly the word becomes that. I'm just saying. To go back to it though, I liked that she also, foul language does create, I've said this many times before, negative energy that attacks the weakest in our society, and that's our children. Yes, no, you can say whatever you want out there. You can, you know how to protect yourself, right? Yes, but that foul energy has to go somewhere. What comes from you, again, we're not the same designed as I said, everything else. We go much deeper. And the spirit, we retain our spiritual life. Plants and animals don't necessarily. Yeah. Okay. Well, as I said, do you know why? Do you know why we retain our own spiritual nature? Huh? Because we are so doggone foul. Okay. It's got to stay. It can't just go back into creation. Otherwise, with the billions and trillions of people that already have passed away with all their foul stuff with them. Yeah, Jesus was needed. Okay, we're reading through the Old Testament. I think we know. Has to stay retained. What if all that energy were to go back into the creation? Pretty soon, this would all just go away. All this here on earth sustains itself due to spiritual nature as well. Yes, trees, the animals. As I said, most of them, not all. You can't. Okay, I'm not going to go there. There's their spirit nature, all goes back into the whole thing because it's pure. A dog that starts to bite people, this is aggressive, is not like that from the beginning. It was made into it that way. Yes. Oh, what about babies who grow up into men and women who are so abusive? Oh. Yet, the thing is that just because we alter something in something else, say an animal or a plant that then can't grow, or we have no problems in putting a dog down, that's right, and one should. It is what it is. But there isn't enough of that out there that then would destroy the creation. I'd say 90% of all that, their spirit nature, goes back into the next seed to grow, the next animal to be born. You see? Okay, how that works? Okay. Instinct. But it's a little different with human beings. So we found a common denominator, I feel like. Yes? And I find that interesting because on how Spirit World really tries to work with people that, okay, we both feel strongly, right? Yes, about things. Does that make one or the other of us a bad person? I don't think so. So if that's not the case, and that origin in ourselves, the Creator, our Heavenly Parent, peeks through, then things can happen among people if you keep trying. Yes? Anyway, it was an interesting experience. We'll see where it goes. I have no idea. But to me, true parents are a unit. There always will be. And true Father's not here to say no. I know. I got immediately back from Spirit World. Well, he's right here. Why don't you ask him? I said, well, okay. Father, are you united with True Mother? Absolutely 100%, and you know that. Oh, that's why I didn't ask. I already knew that. There's no need to ask. If one understands God's heart, one knows. True Father would never, ever separate from True Mother. As much as he loves True Mother and his children, he loves Heavenly Parent more. He does. He would never hurt Heavenly Parent's heart. That's something maybe some people need to hear out there. Yes? Okay, let's get going. Busy day yesterday. My daughter came by with the baby. Oh, and we finally got that one bike. Oh, I'm not going to get into that. No. Okay. People. All right. We are in the book of Tobit 8. The grave. Ooh. When they had finished eating and drinking, and it seemed time to go to bed, the young man was taken from the dining room to the bedroom. Tobias remembered Raphael's advice. He went to his bag, took the fish's heart and liver out of it, and put some on the burning incense. The reek of the fish distressed the demon, who fled through the air to Egypt. Raphael pursued him there, shackled him, and strangled him forthwith. Oh, that's what Raphael was needed for, right? Yes? Well, Azarias is still there, though, right? Okay. That's spiritual. Didn't I say? Yeah? Okay. That's interesting. What I find interesting, now, if this is all happening in spirit, though, who the heck knew about that? How would they know? Unless Raphael went back and somehow replayed what happened in Azarias' mind, right? Yes? Oh, can that happen? Absolutely. Yes. Yeah, it's possible. It's like, for some people here on earth, there are no limitations. There really aren't. It doesn't matter what they do. There are no limitations. They can do this now, all until something maybe happens and they just, I don't know, fall to their death or this or that or who knows. There are no limitations. Yes? Well, in spirit, the limitations truly aren't there. They are not. And so, as I say, is this uh, that entity somehow, a spirit that was around Sarah being cast out, flees, and the Archangel Raphael catches up with it and goes, yeah, now you and I are going to have a talk. Right, yes. And put back in its place in a way. Okay, it's a story, it's a tale, so who knows? But I do know that eternity, right? Oh my gosh, eternity sounds like that's a long time. Well, there's no time. That's why it's eternity, right? Yes? Spirit life. It's pretty amazing. From what I've seen and experienced, was allowed to see and experience, it's a fabulous state of being. And yeah, I don't know how some people would feel about that. But most of the archangel are like the spirit police. Yes, it's needed there too. All right. Let's just keep going. So anyway, so it worked. The parents, meanwhile, had gone out and shut the door behind them. Tobias rose from the bed and said to Sarah, "Get up, my sister. You and I must pray and petition our Lord to win his grace and his protection." She stood up and they began praying for protection, and this was how he began. "You are blessed, O God of our fathers. Blessed, too, is your name forever and ever. Let the heavens bless you. Let the heavens bless you and all things you have made forevermore. You it was who created Adam, you who created Eve, his wife, to be his help and support. And from these two the human race was born. You it was who said, 'It is not right that the man should be alone. Let us make him a helper like him.' And so I take my sister, not for any lustful motive, but I do it in singleness of heart. Be kind enough to have pity on her and on me, and bring us to old age together." Aww. Oh, I have a lot to say to this, but we're just going to wait. And together they said, "Amen, amen," and lay down for the night. But Raguel arose and called his servants, who came and helped him dig a grave. He had thought, "Heaven grant he does not die. We should be overwhelmed with ridicule and shame." When the grave was ready, Raguel went back to the house, called his wife, and said, "Will you send..." Oh, his wife was there too. Oh yeah, that's right. She was mentioned earlier. "Will you send..." I was wondering about that. "Will you send a maid to the room to see if Tobias is still alive? For if he's dead, we may be able to bury him without anyone else knowing." They sent the maid, lit the lamp, opened the door, and the maid went in. She found the two fast asleep together. She came out again and whispered, "He's not dead, all is well." And Raguel blessed the God of heaven with these words, "You are blessed, my God, with every blessing that is pure. May you be blessed forevermore. You are blessed for having made me glad. What I feared has not happened. Instead, you have shown us your boundless mercy. You are blessed for taking pity on this only son, this only daughter. Grant them, Master, your mercy and your protection. Let them live out their lives in happiness and in mercy." And he made his servants fill the grave in before dawn broke. Raguel doesn't believe, does he? Well, golly, 7 before that. He had a backup plan. So that what? I find that often when I talk to people about Heavenly Parent, do you really believe? Do you truly believe in God? Do you? I think many of us go through the same thing here on earth, right? Where people just don't believe in us. Yes? And then there is a back door that one can escape to. Yeah. Yes? And leave things behind. I find that really, really sad when men, husbands and fathers do that and leave their wives and children behind. Yes? Well, what about the other way around? I'm addressing the greater problem. Of course, neither way is right. Raguel had a back door as well. And I find that sad that Raguel, even though the commitment, his belief was not there 100%. God's will, I'll say it's God's will, not my will. And I have to accept whatever is going to happen. Right? Because either my foundations were great enough, yeah, my efforts were great enough, or not. Then I know, and things don't quite go my way, or this, I know, I have not quite done everything yet. Yes? Anyway, that's just me personally, right? Yes? And I can't speak for anyone else. I don't think that would be fair. Oh, Raguel. Yet we see here that when everything turned out well, oh, let's go quickly and cover the grave. Yeah? Oh, everything worked out well. Oh, that's great, that's great, that's great. Sad that Raguel didn't say, you know what, this has got to be it. And Tobias assured him as well, said, don't worry, I got this. I've got good guidance. Yet, Raguel still. Right? That's really sad. Also, if he felt that Tobias isn't going to make it either, right? Yes, then he should have said, no, you can't marry my daughter. I won't let you go through what the others went through. Yes? Just saying. Yeah? What comes to mind is ye of little faith. Yes? Yeah. Okay. And he made his servants, okay, he told his wife to make an oven full of bread. He went to his flock, brought back 2 oxen and 4 sheep, and gave orders for them to be cooked, and preparations began. He called Tobias and said, I will not hear of your leaving here for a fortnight. That's 2 weeks. You are to stay where you are, eating and drinking with me. You will make my daughter happy again after all her troubles. After that, take away half of all I have, and take her safe and sound back to your father. When my wife and I are dead, you shall have the other half. Courage, my boy. I am your father, and Edna is your mother. We are your parents in future, as we are your sisters. Courage, my son. He's still, right? He says, courage, have courage. Well, for what? Raguel still, well, okay, so it didn't happen this night, maybe next night, right? Yes? Well, just saying. That's an interesting one. Well, one could, okay, understand it's different, but, it is as it was, yes? So, that's the end of 8. The grave. Probably after this story, see, now I'm making assumption. Let's do this, okay, it's all right. I always find when certain things come up, I tell myself, okay, prove me different. So please prove me different. Yes? I'm waiting. Just prove me different. Well, I challenge them. And if it turns out to be different than what I'm going to assume right now, which is I'd like to hear more about Tobias and Sarah, see more what's going on. How did that actually work out between the two of them and the family, this and that? Right? Yes? But I have a feeling we're not going to hear a whole lot more, except for through, so the wedding feast, and so he's going back, da, da, da. And then Tobit gets healed from with his eyes, okay, yeah. And then what? Yes? But I'd be happy to be proven wrong, that it actually does concentrate a little more on Tobias and Sarah and see how they were doing together. Did Tobias take more wives? Or did they kind of get away from that practice? Oh, was it not a common thing for commoners? When we consider that when the Israelites were fighting with all them other people and brought the young girls back home with them, who got all those young girls? How many of them were there? The soldiers took some home with them, which means they're common people. Just saying. Anyway, so, yeah. Can't lay it all at the king's feet, right? Yes? Can't. It seems to me, reading the story of Tobit, okay, so there was a mindset among the common people too. I mean, they weren't just dummies, right, that couldn't think for themselves, right? Or that God wasn't right there with them, Heavenly Parent wasn't right there with them, sending help to figure things out, especially for people that really tried, right? Yes, to what? Be connected to Heavenly Parent's heart and will, and the covenant. Right? Yes? So there it is. I'm always happy to be proven wrong when it is something that I want to see a change in. Yet I address it as it is and go, like with the language. Please stop cussing and cursing out there. If you hear people cuss and curse, tell them. Please stop cussing and cursing. Yes, I still need to tighten up there too. It's difficult to do it on your own, or more or less on your own. See, I just found another sister who has the same idea. Now there's two of us. Yes? Okay. I have a brother, the same thing. There's three of us. Well, in any case, right? And I'm sure there are other people, but we gotta let people know. And they say, please don't talk like that. That's hurting the children out there. How can they protect themselves against pedophiles, kidnappers, this and that, with that foul energy? They're angels. I've said that before. I saw that sitting with a dying veteran with the most amazing blue eyes. Oh my gosh. And I had this vision on how children were physically, sexually abused by adults, due to the fact that foul language coming out of people's mouth it's unbelievable, the power it has. We don't get that because we don't see it. But there has to be a reason. And that is one of the reasons why children are so vulnerable, have become even more so vulnerable in this day and age. People can't express themselves anymore in a more appropriate manner. And the descriptions or words we use for certain things, the origin of it, how horrific, and often attack children. Even with saying without any kind of, okay, I've said this so many times. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. That's one of them. Because if you're around people enough who have no filter on their language, you're going to get drawn into it as well. And suddenly, certain things become admissible within your own, yes, way of expressing yourself. That's happened to me. It happens to me every once in a while still. And I hate it. If I hate something, it's that. So, and I know the one thing, if I stop it every time it starts to happen around me, I become stronger. Yes? And I've got a reason, a good reason to do so. You can't teach things that know about things, then try to teach them and then just let things slide because you can't have no control in your surroundings. I don't need to control my surroundings, but I can let my surroundings know, don't do that. Right? Yes. Anyway, so there it is. Good morning already. What a good morning. It's going to be getting hot. Yesterday was nice and cool. It's still in the pool here, and then they come in, oh, Rosie, I'm cold. Okay, let's get the blankets. But I had a great day yesterday. Really, really busy. My grandson, poor guy, ended up having a headache. I have to remind him constantly to drink water, constantly. And I guess I failed a little yesterday. Oh, sounds like he may be up. So, got to do better today. Yes, so he doesn't have a headache. So busy. Oh my gosh, all day long. Because it was cool outside, we were outside the whole time. No siesta time, just about. Anyway, so yep, he's up. Good morning. Oh no, it's Abby. Hi, babe. What are you doing up there? Is Ben still asleep?
No, he's watching us.
Tell him to turn it off right now. He's not watching anything. Not after he just had this headache. Say, Rosie said it's too early for that. No. He's trying to get away with it. Tell him, done. Turn it off. Do something else. Tell him to fix some breakfast. All right, I gotta go. I'm coming up. I'll help with that. Got to go. I have more to say, but got to go. Well, so that was it for today. Beautiful day. I think my daughter's coming to visit again with the baby. That was fun yesterday. We're going to go and hunt that coyote. Yeah. No, we're not. That's it. May Heavenly Parent bless and protect you and embrace you with love. And I will talk to y'all tomorrow.